drive-through. And first, please join me in welcoming our moderator, Mr. Do Ho Peng, CEO of Access Trade. And please welcome to our distinguished panelists, Mr. Aros Disham, Regional Head of NGIDC, Mr. Letao Tony, Co-founder and CTO, Penguin Skinfood, Mr. Prama Kahan Dali Ganesh, Marketing Director of Vietnam and Cambodia, Nautilus Mainland, Mr. Jingwei Huan Tung, Head of Sports Marketing of Adidas Vietnam. Please welcome.
Hello everyone, how are you today? Do you feel happy with MMA this year? Yeah. Say yes more louder. Yeah, thank you everyone. So I'm very happy to enjoy again the atmosphere with the MMA event, one of the most I think exciting and valuable for every marketer in Vietnam and global. So this year I come back with four I think very immersed and very beautiful guy and expert here from brand, from the media solution and maybe some other engineering seminar. So just one minute for each of you to introduce yourself with the audience, okay? So I will give some question for my dear expert here, and after that, if you have a time, please raise your hand and give my expert, some other experts, some questions from you, what you are interested in about this topic. Yes, so now time for introduce yourself, audience, please, quickly. Yeah.
You go first.
Thank you. Hello everyone. My name is Aras. I'm Ukrainian. Very happy to be in Vietnam. 5 years already in JD and the Telegram nets that I represent these years. We established quite a lot of work with MJD over these years. Now it's time for the Telegram since this year. So eager to share more over this panel.
Hello everyone, I'm Thảo, you can call me Tony, and the co-founder and CEO of the retail business food. We sell cosmetic and about 10 years ago, and we keep growing. So very happy to be here today. And thank you.
Hi, good evening everyone. I'm Pramod. I'm from Lactalis Mainland. So the name is probably new to Vietnam. We were formerly Fonterra until the 1st of April, where Fonterra got bought over globally for the consumer business by Lactalis. Lactalis is right now with the position of Fonterra, the world's largest dairy company, and we're now playing in Vietnam as well. So we are in butter, cheese, beans, all of that, indeed marketing for Vietnam.
Hi everyone, my name is Sun, Head of Sports Marketing of Adidas Vietnam. 13 years in sports marketing right now, and today is very special for me because this is the first time I attend to the MMA, and this panel is very interesting, right? And today is also the launch and the kickoff of the World Cup. Hope that is one of the biggest sports events in the world right now, happening in Mexico, Canada, and America, right? So stay and keep your watch on the television and also watch the football game tonight. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's start. Okay, from me, I'm the Harry Do, the CEO of Access Trade Vietnam. This year we have a presence in Vietnam around more than 11 years. So I also witnessed the growth of e-commerce, digital marketing for many years. Especially, I think this year, after a lot of big players like the banking or retailer invest heavily for market, for technology, CDP, AI, something like that. So one of the most, I think, biggest topic every company, every CMO looking for is a new traffic, new channel, new way to catch the attention from the end user. also make the brand facing with the big channel, right? So that's why one of the first question today I give for Aros is consumer attention is now very fragmented across creator communities, platform, and AI-driven algorithm. So who really owns attention today? And what is biggest mistake brands make when trying to capture it? And especially from NGID perspective, how are you helping brand navigate this new attention landscape? And what are trends you see across Southeast Asia? You want to share with us?
Thank you so much. It's quite a broad question same time, but we can let me try to make it specific according to my zone of expertise. I'm not gonna reshare internet or some reports that you already have access to. Who owns the media is basically depends on who is asking. Who is asking? So I would like to know who is asking here. Who I'm talking to right now. Can you please raise your hand if you are from real estate, let's say? Anyone?
Anyone from real estate company?
Pharmaceuticals, fintech, and now agencies.
Agency? I think we know.
Okay, so there is someone else, some other industries, let's say. So I would talk about the news environment first of all. Of course, the news environment still has a lot of attention, and the most important, trust. Attention is only the first step, but then you need if you are selling higher value product, the decision is not made on the spot. You need to build the trust anyway. There are famous media that your consumers trust in. So of course, your famous Lalabon, Tallinn, Deutsche, they still have attention. They have attention of their consumers. But not only. There are a big shift of the consumers that we see that shifting across different messengers. Right now, I started working with the Telegram, and I'm asking myself why consumers even shift why Telegram winning their attention. Why is not INNOVATE they keep shifting? 20 million already per month on average, the active users that using the Telegram. So I guess we would be discovering over the conversation today, and we will see the trends, and maybe we can find the answers.
So from you, from any other expert who want to add in answer the question about the attention, about how we can get more attention from users through the many channels like TikTok, Facebook. Or do you have any from experience?
I think I have some add-ons on that for the intention, because right now we have so many platforms to get the user come there and also get engaged, sign up, or even become a member or even a loyalty, right? So the intention from the consumers right now, if we put on the perspective of the brands, we see that, okay, the intention comes from everywhere, because right now we are reaching to the target audience or even the potential audiences from every single touch point. Even from the offline, when you come into the store, you will see amazing launch of the products. That is intention, right? And it creates, it's just about make you feel that you want to purchase, or even you want to purchase, right? And then you come back to the home, you see that in the online platform. For example, right now it's very popular for the Gen Z is a press city. In there, Gen Z will come and give the opinion, and then they can exchange or even feedback for the brands. So that's become a platform for intention. So I think that right now we are in a globalization, and also the world is really flat via every single platform. So intention is everywhere. So I think that for catch, or even we provide all the contents or the story we want to by segmentation and by segmented all the audience we want to come. For example, like the Telegram. So we come to the Telegram. It's just like we trust the platform for the encryption, right, and the protection. Everything in there is the highest level of the security, for example, like that. Yeah.
How do you think, what is the challenge of brand? Like, because a lot of channel, right?
Yeah, right. The challenge for brand, I think that is more influenced by the geographic consumer behaviors. Also, we see that in the different industry, they will have a very different mindset and also the behaviors to purchase or even to accessible of the platform. So in there, for example, the challenge that right now in Vietnam, we have a very strong platform, the TikTok or even the OTT. However, what is the biggest platform right now that Gen Z or even our generation, like millennials, come and get familiar with use? So the challenge is how to define and how can we have the resources from our brains and our team to make sure that we can reach out to that target audience in that platform. Yeah.
Like to add something. It's attention and annoyance are very close to each other, especially when consider our consumers. For brands, we call it attention. In reality, for consumers, it's annoyance. Because we are trying to enter their space and interrupt what they want to do. The reason why they use Telegram, the reason why they use TikTok or any other platform, they have their own reason. And when brands try to interrupt, it is an interruption with an annoyance. So I think we need to be mindful the fact that why these consumers are in these different platforms. And I think brands over time have to understand, make that role as good as possible, where we try to entertain or be appropriate to the channel and help them on their journey versus trying to just try to sell. So I think brands more and more have to play a very different role versus just interruption and attention.
Yeah, agree about that. And I see one picture I saw yesterday when one user facing with a lot of advertisement, right? But they confused. They don't know how and which brand they should choose, right? That is the challenge now. So another question I move to go to the Tony. So Tony is the co-founder with the Tezos Info, a 30 years company for retailer. So currently we see a lot of brands like Adidas or Nike, they try to serve D2C, direct to consumer, to the website, to the e-commerce platform. So you are the retailer company. I think you have a lot of challenges right now. So what is the strategy retailer like Tezos Info are focusing now to overcome these challenges? And from you, point of view, your point of view, what is the recommendation for other retail what we should do now? If you want to brand like Adidas, they can direct the consumer everything.
Hello everyone. Honestly, I think this is a very hard time for retailer because you know the brand right now has lots of ways to reach the customer. Everyone is talking about directly to consumer. So I think that a lot of people want to do a brand right now because not the big brand, the old brand, the local brand want to reach the customer. From the perspective of the retailer, we see that if the brand can reach directly to the consumer, they are the extend the insight for the consumer, and if the product be on our sale, we are more easier to sell. Yeah, but you know, since these days, since the platform is increasing the fees everywhere, so the brand take time to maintain their maybe official as maybe it's a few months they come back and they try to support. So we have to wait. But the other side, you see smaller brand like local brand, they don't have enough resources, they don't have enough ability, so they still using the traditional way to reach to the customer because they cannot recruit a team to run an official store on every platform because there's a lot of compliance, there's a lot of data, and they have to fixing a lot of things. So they choose a retailer who can help them to reach the customer. So I think omnichannel right now is they open a lot of way, and there of course a lot of data you have to manage. Like our retailer, because the most of the influencers they like to work with the brand and they like to do affiliates on the directly from the official store. So how about our store, our retailer store? So we let our staff, our showroom staff become our influencer. Every showroom right now have a TikTok channel. They can localize the content. They can share what they think. They can share what they experience in the day they sell the product, and they can tell lots of about the product. So they become a micro influencer, and they talk about the brand. Yeah. So that's my story.
And that's a great answer. You make me remember one of the very success campaign from Accenture. Last year we worked with the Big Pearl, a very big project. The name is Big Pearl Ambassador. So we created a big campaign with 20,000 creators, but almost of them is the staff of Big Pearl. And currently, after 1 year, we have 10 billion views on the TikTok with 150,000 content by users related content. And one of I think the most viewed content I watched is a video about tiger, about many animals in Vietnam safari. It's made by the staff, and they take a picture when the tiger in the morning they wake up, and after that they make very fun story. A lot of young people watching that. But that is a very unique content, and only staff of Vietnam can make that. And currently, Vietnam very successful business after the IPO last year, and also one of support from the very biggest campaign by staff by people. And then after that, not only Vietnam, the group also applied for SANG-SM. And SANG-SM also recruit and request all of their staff make a video content for SANG-SM, and not only for view or attention, but also sell the car. And currently they apply that concept not only in Vietnam, but to Indonesia, to many countries, even India. Right? So I think the case study from Street Food very good. So currently, because everyone they have a TikTok account, they can make a view and check the attention user from online. Okay, that's good. However, I think one of another challenge for marketing is not only attention, but how you convert from the view from the touch point to become performance. Right? Especially currently Adidas, you're launching the biggest campaign with in the World Cup with a lot of I think the key material like the Messi, Lamine Yamal, very good design. So, but I think to manage the very complicated and biggest campaign always challenging. So with the Adidas experience, how you can manage and you make sure that the attention, the view become the performance, right? Especially with the very global scale like that.
To answer that your question, I think that one key word we want to I want to emphasize is the consistency. The consistency in here is more about we want to deliver one message to the consumers. For example, like right now, the World Cup is happening, right? And we are the strategic partner of FIFA for over from 1970. So right now it's over 50 years. So you see that the consistency in here is Adidas deliver the message that we continuously invest into the product. That's the first thing. In the layer, working with the organization, we will provide all the materials, all the assets with the consistency of the quality. So that's the first. The second is we create and we sign with a lot of national football team because when we're talking about football, about sports, especially in football, we're talking about the performance, right? So no one will remember the name of runner-up. So we're talking about the top tier of the athletes and also with the organization or even the national team to make sure that we will record the history. And also with the personal in here, we want to sign up with the Messi. Messi is stand for what? Stand for talent, right? Stand for what? Stand for consistency, commitment, and also he contributed the best for his nation and himself, right? And when you go into the campaign launching, you will see that right now we have so many activities across the platform. So the consistency in here, if you go into the social media platform, you will see Messi with World Cup. If you go to the old retail store, you will see Messi with the World Cup. It means that all the touch point in there, you will see all the consistency measures we will develop, but in really high quality. Yeah. And last but not least, it's just not only in Vietnam, across the world. Yeah.
I think we can learn a lot from Adidas with the global scale, right? Sure. But I think Adidas, you have a very good material like Messi, Lamine Yamal. So I think all the brand here love to have a like that material, right? But sorry, we don't have it like that. Another thing I see in the market trend currently is especially last year. Before that TikTok had a lot of big KOL like Zubo, like one thing. But sorry, they have made some mistake. And this year in the many industry in e-commerce, I see the people they broken down. They don't know who they believe because the KOL, the doctor, many people talk something wrong, right? So on a challenging in online now is the trust. How do you trust, right? And even this year, I will launch a lot of UCG campaign. User make the campaign, user make check from friends, from the many close people. So the question for Latalis, from your experience, how your company build trust, especially with the community, with the people.
I think everyone would have seen news, everyone would have followed the unfolding, right? Dairy nutrition went through a very tough time last year. And it was, I'll rather share as the first time experience than what was available. So we saw firsthand how the trust economy completely broken down from their natural state, where always KOLs had upper hand, where always CPEs were considered the only source of truth. But when a crisis happened, we started seeing people were trusting people who they know, people who they can sort of rely on, people, family friends, the close by retailer, shop person who they will speak to. They started infusing their trust circle, and that had a massive impact. And people were also afraid of using mega KOLs and associating themselves, especially in the dairy and nutrition industry. So I think it's important that, and this can happen to any industry, right? Because it's always unplanned and unforeseen. So I think it's important for brands to always have a strategy to build trust among those who are closest to the consumers, whether it be friends, word of mouth, and trying to find that and strategizing in terms of how do you approach those elements and not just be bold in terms of just going mass and using massive KOLs only. So I think it was a good wake-up call across the industry because it was a very difficult time for dairy category last year. So taking the learnings from that, it's always good to have a strategy of a wide variety of things. Yes, you can have big, massive KOLs like Messi at one end, but also it's important to have the ground, the root level KOLs that actually have experience and live your brand to endorse you and to share, because sometimes they are much more trustworthy than the mega KOLs.
I totally agree with you, and even I talked with the TikTok, the leader of TikTok in Vietnam. They also agree about that. After they see what happened with the top tier, they changed the shift. They told me that they don't want to focus on some top tier only. They want to be a million tier person, right? So last year, TikTok, they shared with me that they have a 6 million creator in Vietnam already get paid from TikTok now. And 50% the GMV from TikTok now came from creator from Africa with a small start. A very good thing about that. Okay, so one of the last questions I want to all of you share about Converge is this year I get the data show that e-commerce in Vietnam is growing 30%. However, the number of orders is steady, and even the number of shopper, number of merchants even decreasing. This means again, maybe like the winner will be the bigger one, the biggest, right? Maybe, and will be some fewer players will win. So that is a very affected all the market, right? Even Vietnam still the fastest growing market e-commerce in Southeast Asia. But from all the point of view, what the company what should do now, important thing to make sure that we can success in e-commerce time for next 5 years. What is the key things? Right? We have brand and survival and success. Especially this year, a lot of impact, a lot of challenges from increasing platform fee, a lot of things happen. Legal compliance fee, a lot of things, right? So one of you on the recommendation for everyone, what would you do?
Yes. Sorry. I love this question because from Adidas platform right now, I believe that I have some experiences to share with you. First of all, it's about the segmentation. Because right now in Adidas, we will have own platform is adidas.com.vn, right? And we also have been working with marketplace, especially we have TikTok, we have Line 24/7 in there for 1 month test. We also have Lazada and Shopee. But one thing is I learned that is they doing very strong segmentation. It means right now in adidas.com.vn is our own channels, right? So we provide all the products in there. Everyone can come in there to purchase any product they want. However, with the marketplace, we will define what products for the consumers, especially for the Shopee, they really prefer the entry level price in there. So it means that we work with our team to make sure that we will define what franchises mean product line to offer for the Shopee and even the Lazada. So from there, I saw that if the local brands want to create the zone, they have to define very clearly about the consumer segmentation, and that they will focus more on the product R&D and development to make sure that if I want to build own platform, I will get all premium products in there. So, and then if I want to offer the good price of the products for the consumers in the marketplace, they can go in there. Yeah.
And I think that is a good strategy, right? Yeah. About very
I
strong.
think we have to be concise on our answers right now. Actually, this question very much connected to the previous question that we connected about the difficult time of the last year, not only for the dairy products, nutrition, but also SME. For my industry, for my businesses, the e-commerce comes to the vertical e-commerce, and vertical e-commerce products been represented by a lot of nutrition products, and they be represented by small companies. We call them affiliates affiliate businesses. So the question, how do they survive, right? Actually, I don't know, no one is talking about that, but I saw the statistic that bigger platforms, Shopify, they lost a lot of numbers who didn't provide the certification or maybe didn't agree with the fee for the from giant. But the point is, I'm really happy about this in Vietnam, that the Vietnamese affiliates moved beyond Vietnam market. With the digital world, they finally have this opportunity. Maybe they didn't have some years ago, and they were more comfort to stay in Vietnam. But now, it's a very interesting fact that I'm working with the content creators that located in Da Nang, for example, and they generate majority of news content, no matter what platform, in United States. And they sell it to Google, they sell it to JD, to many partners. So I'm happy that nowadays is more choices for them. They have a lot of work to do. They can do the examples, maybe a little bit more mature Chinese affiliates who nowadays took the market not only US, but they took vertically called different healthcare devices in German-speaking markets. So this is all run by our affiliates here in Vietnam and Asia overall.
Thank you. Obviously, they have a lot of activity here, right?
Just like to add one sentence, I think we've been having great success with the nutrition for lactase. One thing is, as you mentioned, you have to drive GMV to make sense of the platform fees going up and making it a profitable channel. The key to driving GMV per order is ensuring that you understand the shopper mission of the consumer. Shopper mission is the most critical thing. You have to design price pack architecture, the pack size, the value of the basket based on the shopper mission, and not what you want to sell, but what the shopper wants to buy.
As my point of view is local SME using this when every fee increasing. I think the most simple is the retailer can increase the price too, and the customer will choose because you know when the platform they help you present easy revenue is for why that you just push the product on the platform and then you can earn revenue. Because your customer can benefit a lot from the voucher of the platform. So at the time, all of the attention is focused on maybe Shopee or TikTok, but the times everyone is has a profit. So they increase the fee. So that time you take a look back of your internal power, and you can balance the focus maybe on the showroom, maybe on your own website. Like Anton says, you have to have the product assortment. What can be sold on the platform? What can be sold on the showroom? And your loyalty channel. Because it's a platform, they very easy. People they save time for people. But when people are save time, so they have time. What do they want? They want the real shopping experience. Maybe they go to the showroom and they experience different. So that's what we think is always a chance. If thing is harder, it's always a chance. Yes, for SME.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Hi guys, so I think I have three lessons learned from all the previous panel. First, they try to be everywhere where there is a need. Second point, I love you understand the user segmentation and design the packaging suitable for them. And finally, try to build all media for ourselves to avoid any risks from the platform outside. So thank you everyone for very good answer for lesson learned for all of us. Thank you all here to join this panel. Yeah, one more time. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Robert, and thank you to our lovely panelists.